Hey guys, so talking about mediumship. A lot of people think being a medium means you are just a medium for people who passed on. That's not true. So I'm a medium for all things, including animals, even though I don't do readings on animals. But, okay, so this is Callie. Callie, say hi. This is my daughter's dog. Callie. So one day, a couple of years ago, I just out of the blue, she sent me this message. So Callie doesn't listen to me. Not at all. She's very strong-minded and strong-willed. And she was very quick to tell me that I'm not her mother. She said that loud and clear. I am not her mother. And my daughter, it's my daughter's dog, is not her mother either. But that, she loves her and she's only here for her. And so me and Callie have that understanding. She's only here for my daughter. And then on a separate occasion, this is my daughter's support animal. I was like thanking her for being in my daughter's life. And then she told me that she will always be with my daughter. She's with my daughter before. And that she was not a grandmother, or maybe a grandmother, but she wanted me to call her Babushka. And I thought that was so, we're from Michigan. So I'm like, okay, Babushka. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if it's giving like Poland or something like that. And so then my daughter wanted to do a past life regression. And the upside to having a mother as a past life regressionist is that you can just come in there and say, hey, I want to see this life or I want to see that life. And so she came and she said, I want to see the life that I had with Callie. She's like, because she really is giving me like vibes that she was like maybe my grandmother. And so we did the past life. And it turns out, so Callie wasn't her grandmother. So my daughter was, I forget where, not Russia, maybe not Poland. I forget where it was, but one of those countries. And so my daughter was this young lady, and she was walking by this older lady who was outside all the time, and she thought that she was homeless. And then she fast forward, she goes, oh, the older lady is living with me now. And I thought she was homeless, and she just decided to live with me. And she lives with me, and they just had this very quiet, peaceful life. She took care of the old lady, and she said the old lady was a traveler, like a gypsy. And like years later, we fast forward years later, and she was like, okay, there's people banging on the door, and they want, my friend, they want to take her away. They said she killed somebody. And so they took her away. My daughter was distraught. And she's like, okay, they took her away. I'm so sad now. I miss her. And then at the end of my daughter's life, in the past life, when, you guys all know that if you do a past life with me, I take you to the dying part so that you can see what the soul does, just to demystify dying. See what the soul does when the life is over, which is very, very interesting. But she came, so when my daughter's past life person was dying, she's like, oh, old lady's here to get me and escort me home. And I thought that was so sweet. So this is Callie, and she's with my daughter again, just in this life. The funny thing about her is she's quite fat. I don't know if you can tell. She's quite a butterball. She's just a butterball. But if we talk about how fat she is, which we do often, if we talk about how fat she is, she'll put her own self on a diet. She'll just stop eating. Because she doesn't like for us to call her fat. But, look at her. She's quite fat. And that's my dog, Mishi Pishi, who's been with me for a couple of lives too. So she was, it's Misha. So Misha was my daughter in a past life who didn't live long. She died in childbirth, right? And she was a horse that I loved in a past life who I couldn't save. It was really, really bad weather. And even though I tried to bring her in the house to save her, we actually starved. So yeah.